Okay, hi. So this is my journal and video for my IT class, and in this video I'll be explaining the Darknet. So, uh, the Darknet is a semi-recent advancement in information technology, which allows users to browse through an underground network of trusted peer-to-peer networks, and this opens up many new doors and issues. Um, The Darknet is completely comprised of many peer-to-peer networks, which masks the user's IP address information, which provides a stronger layer of anonymity. And because of this anonymity, the nature of the users and the many illegal activities that end up occurring on the Darknet, this causes an issue, um, especially in areas of drug control or black market gun trading or child pornography, in fact. Um, so going back to the drug control, drugs are commonly sold on the darknet, widely sold on the darknet, through sites like the Silk Road. That's the major one. There's other sites too. Um, but what the Silk Road does is it's like an eBay for drug trade. So you go on it and you can browse different types of drugs. You can see where uh, different sellers are selling from. There's a lot of secrecy. In contacting these sellers, one must have an encryption device or encrypt all their messages in order to not get caught. Um, Many of their purchases are made through bitcoins, which in themselves are a way of having a anonymous currency. Uh, Same thing goes with gun trade. Uh, Bitcoins and things like that give users anonymous currency, which way they can spend anonymously on unmarked guns from anywhere around the world. Um, Again, lots of problems arise from this. Uh, there's also pornographic nature material on the darknet, such as child pornography, rape videos, like dark fetish type videos, and these are all just wild and free on the darknet. Pretty much any service can be found on the darknet, or any drug or any illegal thing because of the anonymity. People believe that they have more more power and less chance of being caught, which they do from using the darknet. Uh, there's also people who argue that the darknet is a positive thing. People from areas where their country and governments are very oppressive, where free access to the internet, like we have in the U.S., is not all that common. It's not the same thing. Uh, First thing that comes to mind is places like the Arabian Spring, or many different countries in the Middle East, where, or even in Korea, like North Korea. There's many places where the governments ban or block, in fact, sites, so the average users can't even access them from the normal web. Uh, as as one can assume, this causes a lot of problems as they're being oppressed. They cannot get their free speech out. The darknet, some argue, is their counter to that. It is a way for people to express their free speech, to otherwise access sites that their government would not allow them to voice their opinions, to make communication contact with other people outside of their countries, um, or just as an outlet. For example, if a government, for example, was going through a time of political turmoil and they didn't want many of the citizens to let the world know, they might block off sites such as Facebook or Twitter or social media sites like that, removing outlets of areas where their citizens can release information to the world. So the darknet would allow them to tunnel through there and and break through and be able to go to these sites for their use. It also lets people browse anonymously without having to worry about corporations like Microsoft or Google or Yahoo, Ask.com, just all the sites that collect metadata and use that for personal business or financial gain. This allows them to not be able to have access to that, and it allows the users to feel more private and secure while browsing the internet. And that's about 6 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you for watching, and good night.